quite amazing, this Stormers' defence. They've conceded just 1 try on average so far per game. Waratahs have scored 31 tries and conceded 25 in 2013. The Stormers have scored 17 and conceded 11 going into this match. Waratahs have won the last 3 at home. Can they make it 4 on the trot? Peterson kicks off for the Stormers. Now it goes to McKibben.
It's not out.
So it's the 10, Gary van Aswegen, going high, and that time Foley couldn't take it and lost forward. So that's the result the Stormers were looking for early on in the second half.
Just surprised that Brendan McKibben didn't allow that kickoff to run. It's a wet night. He catches it 15 out from his line, as we see Bernard Foley knock it on, but 15 out from your line off a kick from the kickoff, it's going to run into the in goal, and you're going to get a scrum back at halfway. You don't catch that on a wet night. I'd love to have seen him let it go. It could have been a completely different result, but the Waratahs now, immediately after half-time, concede field position. Be looking from a big scrum from Sekope Kepu.
Touch! Sit!
Dubanaga, Apple on the short side, back to Dubanaga.
Strange move to play there.
Vegan, De Villiers, it's a strong man in midfield, but Bernard Foley did well to hold on. Now it's Becker out wide, taken by his opposite, Kane Douglas. Hits off. Still there for the Stormers. Vermeulen.
Oh, good run.
Over the advantage line he goes. Hooper goes in digging for it. He might have stolen it. He has. Great work by the 7.
Chance to run.
It's out. Gets it out to Adam Ashley Cooper, who then settles. And into touch. No, it was carried back as the call. A bit of confusion there. Adam Ashley Cooper thought that he received the ball from a player also in the 22, but not so.
I think it was where Michael Hooper made that turnover. I felt like he was in the 22. Perhaps they're saying the ruck was outside the 22 and the ball was carried back in.
Pulling now down in back play, or having treatment in back play.
Not a great time for him to have treatment. Line out time, because the Stormers will look to drive this.
Let's go, 6. 3 out.
Fury has it trapped at the back.
He's good, he's through the back. Roll now.
Very slow coming out of there.
Use it. Well, blue.
Steady as she goes from the Stormers. Now they unleash the back line. De Villiers holds it up for nobody, and it's been holding the man, or tackling the man without the ball is the call. So it is a penalty to the Stormers, and it will be a gift 3 points to Joe Peterson.
Little play from the Stormers that actually the play goes wrong, but they benefit from mistiming it. This is going to go, look, it's due to go to De Jong. The ball's going to him, and Adam Ashley Cooper just makes the tackle a second before. They got it completely wrong, and De Jong knew that, just kept his hands out of the way, and Adam Ashley Cooper had to make that tackle. It's the right play. He has to go for him. Just slightly mistimed it. It's going to cost 3 points.
Pretty much the start they would have been hoping for. Obviously a try would be better, but they will just continue to smother the Waratahs.
Well, as Cave said, it came from the kickoff, really. That's why the Waratahs are down here. The ball could have been left.
There's another 3 points for Joe Peterson. So it's 8 points to 6. Waratahs over the Stormers. Very accurate with his goal kicking. In the mid-80s. As far as his percentage goes. Foley. Come down on the 22. Good take from Becker. Most cap Stormer, the number 5.
No.
They've been oh so close on tour. Beating the Hurricanes by a couple, losing to the Blues by 1.
Use it.
Now they're 2 points behind the Waratahs. Good clearance, takes play out to about the 30-metre mark. All smiles for Gary Van Aswegen. 12th game of Super Rugby.
Becker goes high. He's held up there. Great balance.
Pretty good skill to correct him.
Oh, yeah. Skill and strength.
It's a better line out from the Waratahs as Foley gives a flat pass to Rob Horn.
Oh, good run, Rob Horn. Here's a chance.
Foley beat him on his hip, but it goes behind and it's been towed through now. And Pilotta now is going to have to get back there and clean up for the Waratahs. So again, another turnover by the home team, and they give away the penalty. Holding on is the call. Well, it just didn't look like they quite knew what was going on there. Beetham was sort of hovering, but when the pass came from Foley, he wasn't really ready for it. Whatever happened, it went to ground, and now Peterson will step up, you'd think, and try and take the lead.
Sure.
Multiple runners trying to get through the same hole, I think, was the story then.
Sometimes when you're at first receiver and there is space on your outside, you're just best off letting it go. As we see Tatafu Pilotta now go to ground. Brian Habana does really, really well to stay on his feet there and not concede the body position and go to ground. And if he had gone to ground, it would have been a penalty against him. Did really, really well. Generated that turnover against Tatafu Pilotta now. But sometimes when you're carrying the ball at first receiver and there's space on the outside, you're just best off shipping it to the second guy early and let him make the play. You end up with, as you quite rightly said, Coonsy, 3 guys trying to run at that one hole, and in the end it just ends up as a mess. If he'd given that ball early, he could have stayed on the inside, got it back perhaps, gone on the loop, and the second receiver could have elected to go to the outside where there was space.
So this for the lead. 42, 43 metres back just to the left of the uprights. Crowd trying to put him off. Not a bad strike. Over it goes, and we have the Stormers in front. 9 points to 8 early in the second half. 3 penalties now to Joe Peterson. Waratahs in this new look strip. It's a one-off. This is the community round, raising money for Sydney and Country Juniors, and the jerseys, all 22, will be auctioned after the game online, and you can make a bid for Sydney and Junior Rugby by just going to the Waratahs website.
Well, it's a great return for the Waratahs to kick deep like that and then to get the ball back on the 22. They've got to be delighted with that turn of events. They've just got to win their line out. They've sorted it out now by using a little bit of deception at the back of the line out and coming and winning them at the front, but it puts your attack under pressure. When you have to win at the front, the back line struggles to really get in the game. It can't go much further outside than the 10 or 12 channel watch.
Kibben to Hooper. Have a flat pass to Rob Horn. Good run again over the advantage line. McKibben dive past Foley. Inside ball. Palu. Taken by Franz Melherber. Robinson. Out the back door it goes to Crawford. Nothing happening there. Dave Dennis. Peter Beetham. He's actually Horn before in midfield. Second time. Now they go to the right and Foley. Good acceleration there trying to get through the gap. Penalty. Hands in the ruck by the Stormers. Right in front of the referee, and it's against the hooker, Dion Fury.
Daylight was no problem, but you've played it after the ruck's formed.
I think he might have been a little hardly done by. I think it was actually a Waratahs foot that kicked it back.
Look at his cut on the wing. Dave, what are you doing? Shot.
Going to have a shot at goal here to try and regain the lead.
Foley rolls over. Oh, no, that's right. There was a hand there. Take it all back. Fury, your problem.
You won't be kicked out of the Hookers Club defending your own.
Sure is. He's got to win it straight away. His hands aren't on it. Ruck forms, then he plays it. Yeah.
64th game of Super Rugby for Dion Fury. 26 years of age. Only 100 kilograms, not the biggest hooker running around in Super Rugby. McKibben. His kicking stats down around the low 70%. That's the angle. Sends it down the middle. Waratahs back in front, 11-9. Fans are happy.
Drew Mitchell on the field now for Peter Beetham. He's looking for a little bit more spark, perhaps some work off the ball. Beetham's been a bit static in his play. Mitchell looking to find some opportunities perhaps and really chase his fly half Bernard Foley through some of those holes.
Final season of Super Rugby before he heads to Toulon in France. Missed the South African tour. Initially looked like he was going to miss a lot of rugby, but he's made a pretty quick recovery.
Not a bad kick from Foley to get back down close to enemy territory.
Tries very hard to come by. Just the one so far to Crawford. The Stormers have conceded just 2 4-try bonus points since 2010. 58 games.
Blue move!
Villiers, slight fumble there.
Playing advantage to Blue.
Playing advantage to the Waratahs.
Come back here for the lost forward.
Knocked on by the Stormers.
It really is amazing how slippery the ball is, considering we've had no rain here in Sydney. Maybe they've watered this ground or something. It's quite sticky and muddy underfoot. And that was Dave Dennis coming down with a thud there. His lifters have let him go. That'll hurt.
Well, he's out there and looks to be okay, but look at those handling errors against the Waratahs.
And the thing is, they haven't eased off and trying to get the passes away. And as Sakopi Kepu's off the field, Paddy Ryan will be on. They've kept trying to play the attacking brand despite the conditions.
Crouch!
You'd think that Michael Checker, the Waratahs coach,
Touch!
will use all of his bench, considering the fact they've had to travel back from South Africa.
I'd be surprised.
Oh, now the penalty goes against the Waratahs front row, and it's against Paddy Ryan, his first scrum since taking over from Sakopi Kepu.
No, he's just gone straight down. Right there.
Brown hair with a ginger beard. Has one of those died?
I'm Be his Irish blood coming out in him.
Could be.
So now it is the Stormers with great opportunity. 21 metres out from the Waratahs line.
Ball! Sucks, where you go? Sucks! Sucks out.
Dave Dennis being told to get out of the way.
They want to get
set up.
Well, they want to get their heads in. The Waratahs are a little bit too high. The Stormers are in a great position now. Kane Douglas has done well through the middle.
Michael Hooper trying to get hold of it there.
Straight on.
But then a penalty goes to the Stormers. And it's against Sitaleki Tamani.
Hey, you don't need to walk on. Where we go?
Going off his feet.
Can't dive on it.
So they did a pretty good job in the end, Rod, to basically halt the movement. But then they give away the penalty.
Yeah, they fought back well. Stormers will be disappointed. They're really a very good driving side. It's a core part of their game. You can see them here well set. Andreas Beckus at the front, and the tail of this maul just gets spun around there. Paddy Ryan does a good job to spin it left.
Good observation, mate.
Again, still working hard, and the Waratahs now start to fight back. Make a bit of a nuisance of themselves. Ben Robinson lends his weight. Kane Douglas goes through, spoils the ball. We see Sitaleki Tamani straight off his feet there. And that's the problem. You can see him there. Needed to stay on his feet. Potentially gives away 3 points.
100% so far for Peterson. Tonight, that is. 3 from 3.
It's not bad. I think he'd be second or third. I think Dan Carter's leading at 93%. Peterson's certainly top 3.
Another beautiful strike from Joe Peterson. And it is the Stormers back in front. 12 points to 11.
Lucky, there's a reason why the Stormers have lots of close games. They don't concede many tries and they don't score many. They sort of grind you, and you've got to be able to stay out of your half, not let them combine and generate too many points against you.
Good work by Fabulin. Beat a couple of tackles and got over the advantage line.
Good run again from the Stormers. They're starting to... Oh, lost ball.
Well, all the hard work was done by Elstad.
Yeah, they're partnering up when they're starting to run, getting a man in behind, creating that extra momentum. Faree injured. Got a burner in the shoulder there, I think. This is a good, some good ground here. Paddy Ryan got bumped off on an occasion.
2 and 3 white. So it is.
So a couple of changes now for the Stormers, with Dion Fury being replaced and also Franz Melherber. So Scurra and Tabeni is on, and so also Pat Silliers. 58 minutes gone at Allianz Stadium in Sydney. Crunch time for both of these teams. Desperate for the 4 competition points here to stay in the race for a wild card. Remember, in Super Rugby, it's the top 6 goes into the playoffs. The 3 conference leaders, followed by the next 3.
Well, Clarkie, I was asking for a centre field scrum and seeing if they go to Israel Folau on the right-hand side, and there he is. Is he out on the right? He's drawn 3 defenders, as you'd expect.
Crouch!
Maybe an 8, 9, 15 play here. Him and Cam Crawford.
Touch! Sit!
So they can get that right-hand side up. They're not going to.
So it goes to Foley. And to Rob Horn. McKibben. Tamani. Foley. Paddy Ryan's in midfield, and he runs into the two Stormers props. Silviers and gets off.
No, he's
Foley
fine.
dummying. They
He's
don't
fine.
fall for it. Now it's Dave Dennis. Taken by Silviers. Robinson up to the 22. Now it'll be the Stormers that will have to watch their discipline.
Move, tackler!
Drew Mitchell. Taken by Benny. Drop goal attempt from Foley.
Oh, he's got it, has he? I think they're going to check. Oh, no, went to the left.
Not a lot in it. No real celebrations there after it left his foot, but there's another look at it here.
Marginal, but the thing is, you didn't get involved. So.
Just to the left. So we'll come back to the 22.
Well, he had no one outside him, Cofe. I don't think he had too many opportunities, any other options. About 8 defenders and 3 attackers.
Yeah, as I said before, against the Stormers, you've got to find a way to go through the middle to create some space. Habana, a little knock on. If he caught that, he was fancying his chances.
Oh, he would have scored for sure.
Oh, yeah, almost.
Just he's shown some good pace to get from the 22 to nearly halfway. I'll take that.
Only his 6th start in 2013.
Time off, please. Time off, Georgie. 8. Sub. Nah, sub. They've called sub, mate.
Chapman coming on. Tamani off.
I think it's
No,
Palu.
Palu off. He's got a cut. A little bit of blood trickling down the head, I think.
Right.
Mitchell Chapman.
So
Crouch!
Dennis goes to number 8.
Touch! Sit!
McKibben with the
9.
put in. Now it's Foley. Handing it to Adam Ashley Cooper, who's been well marked. 75th consecutive game of Super Rugby for Adam Ashley Cooper. Many of them for the Brumbies prior to coming to the Waratahs. And that's good work by the Stormers to put some pressure on there. Tamani taken by Etzebeth. It's a brick wall. Drew Mitchell losing his footing.
5 now, go!
So maybe you do have to use a little kick to get in behind it.
Falau,
That's
no
it.
room there. Well, they invite you to use the little kick to get in behind.
Right, move!
Foley trying every trick in the book from his 7s days. Dummying, dodging, weaving. But there's still no way through. And Robinson only knows one way. Straight ahead. Foley again.
Stolen. Bijan.
Well, that's what they do, just the pressure, and it's play on. Douglas kicking through, but Habana's going to get back there. And Brian will have a run. No, and then a kick.
He'll have a kick. That's a good kick.
Crawford watches it into touch, so a net gain there for the Stormers. They want to play inside opposition territory as Berwick Barnes gets set to make a welcome return.
Time's off.
After missing 6 matches, Berwick Barnes is back for the Waratahs.
But you're definitely going to see a chip or grubber now. Bernard Foley has really tried hard tonight. He's hit it up, he's shown the ball, he's passed it, he's done, as you said, Clark, pretty much every trick in the book. Cave, how did you rate him?
Oh, he's gone well. He's up against a very good defence, and the ball's a little bit slippery. They haven't been able to get any quick ball, the Waratahs, so he's been under pressure.
There's another line-out problem for the home team. Time is running out as De Jong almost gets through. Hooper holds on. Urbanaga into Benny. Taken by Chapman. Urbanaga. De Jong having another run. Horn made the tackle. Advantage here, and that's another opportunity for Peterson maybe to extend the lead.
Side entry.
Side entry by the Waratahs, and it's just relentless pressure from the Stormers. Well, it was the Stormers that had conceded the most penalties in the first half, but now the Waratahs have conceded 6 for the match. It's 6 all.
Well, it's so tempting. It's sitting there at the back. Look at that. Gee.
Treatment here for a Waratah player as well. It's Tamani.
Quite. I think it was Horn or Adam Ashley Cooper. They were already in there. Just took a step over the ball.
What a moment for this young man. Number 18 is coming on. Will Skelton on debut for the New South Wales Waratahs. 135 kgs. Just 21 years of age. Could he get them over the advantage line?
Well, you'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
Spotted playing schoolboys rugby. That was a few seasons ago. Working on his fitness. Can he keep this record going? 4 from 4 so far. Joe Peterson. Oh, it's another great strike. Got it on a string. 5 from 5, and the Stormers leading the Waratahs 15-11. Going to plan for the Stormers. They would have had a chat prior to the game saying we only had to fly from New Zealand. The Waratahs have had to come back from South Africa. So will they go the full 80? Folau knocks it back. Good work. Back it goes now to Berwick Barnes. Across now to Skelton on debut. Fires it out to Adam Ashley Cooper. Thrown into the turf. Barnes. Quick hands. Paddy Ryan. Great work. Gaps are very rare, but they finally found one. Good hands from Ashley Cooper. Becker holds on. Now it's Barnes.
It's forward.
Got the call. Just a little too eager on that occasion. Assisted on the far side, right in line with it.
It's rare you generate quick ball against the Stormers. When you do, you've all got to flatten up, and everybody's got to want to be running. Paddy Ryan, as he's done all season, able to find some space in the middle of the field, and that's where you want guys really flattening up and attacking the bush. See, Berwick here still caught a little bit in the pocket. Ball well forward, needed to be right on top of the ball. McKibben needs to think about when there is that a half break opportunity, when the ball is coming to him a little bit quicker, he needs to get himself around the corner and straighten up and try to go forward. He spends a little bit of time just pulling off the breakdown, and that puts his 10 under a little bit more pressure. Berwick Barnes has been out of the action for a while, but a fantastic first kickoff from him. Israel Folau chased it and won it. They should use that kick every single kickoff. They're better than 50-50 chance of winning that ball back.
Crouch. Touch.
13 minutes remaining. Stormers won't mind eating away the seconds with a reset. 15-11. Stormers in front after the Waratahs led 8-3 at the break.
Ben Robinson just looks a little bit high on this side of the scrum. He's not a tall man, so he can get underneath his opponent.
Crouch. Touch. Sit.
Dubanaga to Aplon onto the left foot for Urbana to chase. Sits up though. And now Folau. And it's into touch.
That's a good kick.
And we've seen a lot of kicking from Folau, which surprised many people because of his time spent in the AFL, Aussie rules.
That was a really good kick. He's gone about 40 there on the fly.
Scurra into Benny. Becker.
He's fine.
Knock on. Yeah, well done from Skelton. He made a absolute nuisance of himself through the middle of that. The ref said he was fine.
Got to give him some confidence. Young man on debut.
Big difference.
Mel Herber looks on, not happy.
I reckon he gives some good weight in that scrum. To Skelton. Front rowers love having that sort of weight behind them.
Touch. Sit. Stay in. Stay in.
Not quite now or never for the Waratahs. Still plenty of time on the clock, but they've been turning ball over in this position in the second half. Now Skelton. Elstead went low, Becker high to wrap up the young man. Now it's Barnes and out the back door, and Rob Horn can't control it. So there's another turnover.
Storm is just so composed in defence.
Off it, 7.
They know exactly what they want to do, what position they need to be in. They work together beautifully. Advantage over. Vermeulen's hurt in that tackle.
And Dubanaga sends it down to Berwick Barnes. He fires it across to Drew Mitchell. And Drew makes it to the halfway before he runs into a solid Stormers defence. Skelton, fresh legs, big legs. Now it's Dave Dennis. And it's just relentless. Berwick Barnes kicking for Cam Crawford.
Kick was just too deep.
And that's a good return. Not quite out, though, from Peterson, and Barnes has to send it up the middle. A bit of a nothing kick again, straight into the bread basket of Urbana, and he's going to chip, and he's going to chase, and put on some pressure, and the advantage is here for the Stormers. Good work by Brian Urbana there.
Move!
And knocked on there.
They just strangled you with the defence, the Stormers, and they force you to do a few uncharacteristic things and then try and ram home an advantage as they call the mark. It's Drew Mitchell, and he's going to hold it there because there's more concern at the back here for the big number 8, Ryan Vermeulen. Well, that is unfortunate. We'll look at it here.
Well, someone was around low. I think it was Kane Douglas. Yeah, Kane Douglas got him low.
Get him off first, please.
And then he got hit high. And then his leg, I think it's his knees, just
Get him off first, please.
gone to the side.
Probably going to kick right.
It's moved laterally.
It looked very painful indeed. So think that maybe his night is certainly over, and maybe the tour as well. Stormers have one more game in Australia. You can see the frustration and the pain there for Dwayne Vermeulen. Stormers travel to Melbourne to take on the Rebels next Friday night. Waratahs are at home taking on the Brumbies. Change of venue. They will be at ANZ Stadium at Homebush, Olympic Stadium next Saturday night. Can they somehow come back here as we have a replacement on? Matt Lucas is the new scrum half for the Waratahs, replacing Brendan McKibben.
Well, he can potentially spark things up. He's got a very good pass. He gets the number 10 flattening up, forces them to run onto the ball.
Pops out the back door and into Benny. Cleans up Dubanaga. Aplon taken by Lucas. They have the lead, the Stormers. They'll just be happy now. Although they turned that one over, and Hooper gets it out to Adam Ashley Cooper. Spinning out of tackles. Rob Horn taken by Cilliers.
Advantage is over.
Advantage is over for the knock-on. So the Waratahs, what can they do with it? To Tafu Pilota now, giving them a bit of go forward. Lucas goes in. Fires it out now to his captain, Dave Dennis. Straight ahead up towards the 22. Advantage being played here. It's a penalty advantage, and Berrick Barnes. Wide ball over the top to Kane Douglas. Back on the inside. It went forward. It went forward. Call back. It's decision time. Do they take the 3?
Oh, I'd like to see them kick this to the corner maybe and have a go, although it is right in front, and then you give yourself a chance to win it at the end. So I'll probably take the shot.
They're going to go for the corner.
I don't mind that either. I don't mind that either. Does this come forward? Sure looked like it.
Yeah,
First
no
view,
doubt.
there it is.
Time's off, please. Georgie.
Because it was a try otherwise. Paddy Ryan, he's got plenty of pace for a tight head prop, Kearnsey.
Oh, yeah.
He would have snuck in.
He's on.
Reinhardt de Elstead is being replaced, limping off. So a couple of their back rowers limping at the moment, Elstead and Vermeulen. So Don Armand is on.
It's been a bruising match, Clarkie. They've really hammered each other, these teams.
For the Waratahs, can they give the Stormers a bit of their own medicine? No, they're going to release it now. And Crawford goes into the tackle. Becker still making tackles. Hooper, no way through there. Lucas. Now it's Paddy Ryan. 5 metres out as the crowd roars. Lucas. Ben Robinson charges into the traffic. Lucas. Paddy Ryan again, head down. They need a try to regain the lead.
Crossfield kick to Folau would be nice. Ooh.
Penalty.
You gotta let him go.
Penalty to the Waratahs. They've only been able to breach this defence once early. It was a kick to Folau. Knocked it back for Cam Crawford to score.
Sure. Scrum.
Well,
They're going to take a scrum.
Well, that's exactly your point. You know, it's a difficult decision for Dave Dennis. I'm not bagging him one way or the other. But do you take those points? You're 1 point behind, and you've all of a sudden won yourself another penalty.
Well, you had to start from the other end of the field, though.
Well, you did. You're right. That's what I say. That's why it's tough. Such a tough call.
Go to the number 8's feet.
When you're in this situation, you've got to call a play, and this is where Berrick needs to think. You've got to call a play that gives the ball to Israel Folau. He's your best attacking player. Put it in his hands early and give him an opportunity, because something will come of it, and people will react. He's just getting the call now. I think it's going to come to him. Those eyes look like all of a sudden they just lit up, and he said, yeah, it's mine. So Berrick set himself in behind, Drew Mitchell with him, thinking about going to the left perhaps. Need to get the ball to Israel. Give him a go. One-on-one, 5 out. He's got to be a chance, doesn't he?
Well, it's very slow and they move pretty quickly, and in the end, the defence was there to shut them down 5 metres out. Chapman driven back in the tackle. Great work by the Stormers. Ryan Robinson, the two props working together. Lucas, Dave Dennis, he's only a couple of metres out. Advantage being played again. He might go to the pocket. He might go to the try line as well. Israel Folau, no, held up. Still advantage. Matt Lucas, the scrum half. Dave Dennis.
Last feet.
Derek Barnes. Now he gives it. There it is. And it is Israel Folau. They're on their feet at Allianz Stadium. You're right. Give him the ball and he will make something of it. 7 tries in his debut season. And the Waratahs are back in front.
Well, they held faith in their attack. Berwick Barnes, good composure there from Berwick. Knew what he had to do. I've got to say, impressed with Matt Lucas's play as well. Here it is, the defence. Habana rushed up and he let Folau get in front of him and he couldn't get back quick enough. And that's where the hole was. Habana rushed up. Barnes got it behind him. And there's no way Jean de Villiers is going to stop. No one's going to stop Israel Folau from there, Cave.
Really good play from Berwick Barnes and the Waratahs. They were patient. Berwick did really well because he did start to flatten the line. Matt Lucas, you're dead right, Kearnsey. Plays with a little bit more forward momentum than Brendan McKibben. McKibben tends to be a little bit, you can see him there. He's a very good footballer, McKibben, but tends to sort of sit off the back. Lucas looking to get forward. They got the ball to the money man and he scored the try. Big kick for Berwick Barnes now to put him out by 3.
Barnes. It's over. It's 18 to 15. 78th minute. 17,043 fans. Community round. Remember, these jerseys are being auctioned for Sydney and also junior rugby on the Waratahs website. I wonder how much Israel Folau's jersey will bring. And there's a mistake. The first mistake of the night from Joe Peterson. It didn't go the required distance.
And gutsy call, Dave Dennis. You were right.
Oh, he's done well. He had faith in his side. Waratahs doing everything they can to use a full minute here to pack this scrum. No rush. They need a big scrum, though. Look to go to the right-hand side here again. Little 8, 9. Bang it into the deep right-hand corner and make the Stormers come 60 or 70 metres to score a try. They haven't scored a try all season for longer than 50 metres out.
Israel Folau, that's a try in each of his last 5 games for the Waratahs. Talking with the Waratahs about extending his contract, talking with the Australian Rugby Union. Of course, there's interest in Israel Folau from another code as well, but at the moment he just takes it week by week and says he's enjoying his rugby. I'll tell you what, the fans and the Waratahs, his teammates, are enjoying having him there as well. Penalty right on the half-time, and you might think that someone, Barnes, anyone, might step up and have a shot to eat away the seconds.
Well, they've got a full minute to kick this, so the game can be over if they... Good, smart play from the Waratah forward pack. They said, we'll keep this ball in, we'll keep driving, and we'll see if we can suck out a penalty, and they did it, and they did it well. Intelligent captaincy from Dave Dennis. He would have called that too, number 8. He kept, watch Dave Dennis at the back. Waratahs get the shove on. He channels it well. Matt Lucas knew it wasn't coming out. When you've got it at the back like that and you're going forward, you may as well keep going.
Well, he's got to kick this dead, Berwick Barnes.
Oh, Kearnsey,
shut it down.
London to a brick. The Stormers can't go 100 metres and score a try. There, I've said it. Not on tonight. Not in the wet. A little greasy ball. It's hard work if Barnes misses it.
Kiss of death, Kafer. I can just see Habana catching this now and it's going all the way.
Has he got the
got
legs? Over it goes. He won't kick it dead. He'll kick it over the crossbar between the sticks. And it is a victory to the Waratahs against a very gutsy and determined Stormers team. Yet another